Guys, hey, we need option here. When you get the ball, there's only one option.
In front of the ball! In front of the ball!
It's good.
The line, guys, the line.
They sat 3 up top though, here though. I have to. Tom higher now. You're stuck in the middle. Higher. One.
Good job. Very good job.
We just want it back. Let's go, Bucker.
Lose it on the center.
Hey, perro. Put it. Turn. Time.
Joe, get in.
Up.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Commentating now? Hello everybody, glad you can join us for some NISA soccer action. We're live at the Chula Vista Elite Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista, California for today's matchup we have going on between San Diego 1904 and Michigan Stars FC. I'm Art Iftikhari along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be bringing you today's play-by-play on my Cujo via TVE Max. We're a little over 20 minutes into this one. San Diego 1904 with a 1-0 lead, taking the lead virtually basically on the first shot of the game from Lorenzo Ramirez Jr. in about the 2nd minute of play. And Gustavo, I mean, how are you feeling about this game so far?
Yeah, so far it's been good evening, everybody. Good to have you guys back into this broadcast. Yeah, pretty much a very, very intense first half. San Diego came out very strong in this few minutes, and as you mentioned, the early goal pretty much put them in a position to lead into this game. We're very set.
And both teams, you know, desperate for getting, I don't necessarily don't want to use the word desperate. I kind of want to say that for San Diego. They're coming off a 3-1 loss to Detroit City FC, and that was played at this very same venue 2 weeks ago. Michigan Stars FC, on the other hand, coming off a 1-1 draw with Detroit City FC. So with the way this game has started, clearly San Diego 1904 has got to be feeling good, and there has not been that very many dangerous opportunities for Michigan to find the equalizer.
Yeah, definitely. After a 1-1 draw against Detroit City FC, you want to come into this game very aggressive in order to pretty much level out the game so far. But as you mentioned, our 1904 FC with that necessity to win this decisive match here at home.
We're going to see how this one turns out. One thing's for sure, Michigan Stars FC not in the mood to just sit back and do nothing. They've had to travel a long way. They've brought out a pretty good squad here. And we are seeing at times they are picking up some more of the pressure, getting some more possession, and now a corner kick. This could be the opportunity they're looking for.
Yeah, now Michigan Stars will try to take advantage of these set pieces, trying to get one into the goal and tie it up as soon as possible.
And when it comes to San Diego 1904, it was about of course, like I mentioned earlier, 2 weeks ago against Detroit City FC is where they conceded a goal on a corner kick late in the first half. Clearly, goalkeeper Misha Marsan is going to want to be on his guard and making sure he's protecting that 6-yard box. And here the corner comes, headed away, not out to safety completely, goes straight to Bernardo Mahano. Now Suchetsky gets it back to Steven Yunchai, trying to cross it. Nice deflection from Ozzy Ramos. Ozzy Ramos showing that he has no problem sacrificing his body. Ball finds its way to the right back, Dakota Lopsiger. Now to the captain, Kyle Newell. And he had the game-tying goal against Detroit on a late penalty. A huge goal for Kyle Newell in that game against Detroit City FC, and especially a big goal against your rival is always something to celebrate.
Yeah, definitely. As a captain, you have to set up the example for your team. It becomes a dangerous one. But I was just mentioned, you set the tone for the team. You want to motivate as much as you can to your teammates and inject that pretty much energy into the team in order to get it going.
And for some other news around the league, Chattanooga FC and Maryland Bobcats are tied 0-0 at the half, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Now the cross, we are seeing some more pressure from Michigan Stars. The flag does come up for offside. Whether it's offside or a foul, either way, will be a free kick for San Diego 1904. And right now, you can't be surprised if you have the San Diego players whine maybe to slow things down a bit, because Michigan has been picking up the pressure a bit.
Yeah, definitely. You see more of Michigan Stars FC into their final third, trying to get that tying goal in order to go happily before halftime ends, trying to get something going here for them.
And by the way Michigan is playing, in all honesty, you could just see it that, they have some great leadership in their head coach, who comes from Germany, Alexander Stramel, and obviously letting a goal in at such an early time, you can't be happy about that. But Michigan is definitely playing like a team that's not falling behind. They're playing like in all honesty, you want to say they're playing like it's 0-0. They know they got to score, but they're definitely not panicking out here.
Yeah, definitely. In some other circumstances, once you consider early goal, you pretty much lose your cool and your temper. And so far, right here, you see how Michigan Stars FC is trying to get their groove on.
And now that whistle, the San Diego 1904 bench was not happy at all with that call. Got to keep an eye on how things turn out. You know the physical play is going to pick up. And how will Michigan Stars, like we've been saying, how will Michigan Stars react to playing from behind virtually pretty much the whole game? Now it's Dakota Lobsiger, and that's a good 1-2. Lobsiger with a shot from outside. Nice save by Misha Marsan. And Lobsiger not afraid to pull the trigger, and you can't be surprised by this type of strategy. And maybe another opportunity. Now Zatrustugi with the shot going just wide of the far post. Michigan Stars FC coming dangerously close to finding the equalizer.
Dangerous play right there. Incredible defending, but way to come out on top. The goalkeeper pretty much extending to the last minute, and luckily for 1904 FC, that didn't up and go.
And earlier when talking about Dakota Lobsiger, he took that shot from outside, forcing Misha Marsan to make a save. And Lobsiger made a name for himself in Southern California when he played for Orange County FC of the National Premier Soccer League, and he was part of that OCFC squad during the 2019 U.S. Open Cup that made it all the way to the 4th round to play against the LA Galaxy. So he's definitely a very experienced player on this back line for Michigan. And of course, one of the huge highlights for OCFC in that game was eliminating rivals Orange County Soccer Club of the USL Championship. And the ball back in the play. Once again, it is Lobsiger playing it back to his center back, Joseph Aidu. Now to the other center back, Devin Amumensa. That back line has been busy today. Now it's Andres Chabot. Is he able to turn the corner? He still has it. Can he cut it inside? Did take a deflection at the last moment. Looks like that one probably went off of Dalen Cutler, and it will be another corner kick for Michigan Stars FC. So the pressure continuing from Michigan.
Definitely, you see now Michigan Stars FC trying to use the width of the field, trying to cut inside and get those crosses in and looking for the dangerous play. But unluckily for them, the last touch, the finish, hasn't been there.
Patience, obviously a huge key in any game. Referee also blowing the whistle. Physical play is picking up. Can't be surprised. Here comes the corner. Marsan gets a hand on it. And Aidu did get a touch on it. He had some members of Michigan asking for a handball, and that was dangerous. You know, let's face it, Marsan came out to no man's land. That was a little scary.
Yeah, definitely. He probably mistimed that ball, or with the sun, it's hard to see the ball. You probably lost it. He probably lost it in the sun, and he couldn't time it right. But a dangerous play for Michigan Stars FC again.
And back the other way, Eder Arreola getting it to Faisal Almubaslat, trying to take it back in possession. A little bit of traffic. Zachary Reynolds quickly getting it to his captain, Kyle Newell. Newell's been a little quiet today. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Michigan. We are a little over 30 minutes into the match. It is 1-0. San Diego 1904 leading Michigan Stars FC. Only goal of the game so far coming from Lorenzo Ramirez Jr. That one scored in the 2nd minute of the match. First shot of the game. And that's where we are. Back the other way. Now it's Michigan. And that cross broken up by Edwin Lara. Now Kyle Newell, after receiving the header from his teammate Reynolds. Now Lobsiger back to Newell. Still Newell looking for Zatrustugi. He was not able to get the handle on it that he wanted. That one cleared out of bounds by one of the center backs. Klishevsky will be a throw-in for Michigan. Lobsiger looking for an option. First got it to Shuchetsky. Back to Lobsiger, now Shuchetsky again. Definitely got to like the play from these midfielders of Michigan Stars, but now back the other way. Eder Arreola plays it to the other side. To Lorenzo. That's Ernesto Espinoza. The cross down going off the chest of Joseph Aidu to the keeper, Tatenda Mikaruva. And that's one change in this lineup compared to the lineup that Michigan used last week. A change at the goalkeeper position. What do you think? Kind of surprising early on in the season?
Well, sometimes you have to test out what kind of team you have. And in order to get the best out of your players, you have to give an opportunity, and that's what Michigan Stars FC is doing right now.
At times we're seeing a back-and-forth battle in the middle third of the field. You have to wonder, obviously the team that wins that battle should come out on top, but doesn't always turn out that way in this sport. Now, Whistle, I think we're going to see our first booking of the day, and yes, we are. Can't be surprised. Things getting a little more chippy out there. And it looks like it's the left back going into the book, Andres Chalbod, who actually was born in Venezuela. So he gets himself in the book. And in all honesty, you can't look at this as being surprising. Michigan continues to be down 1-0. You know, they're going to be playing more physical as the game goes on.
Definitely, and you've seen throughout the whole game, a lot of choppy plays here and there, and especially in the midfield, trying to both teams control it. But we'll see how the referee, now he's the first booking, like you said, so no more warnings for both teams.
Now a shot from outside going off the crossbar. For a moment, you're kind of wondering if that was just going to go out of bounds. And what a shot that was from Felipe Liborio. So close to making it 2-0 for San Diego. That would have been the perfect goal at the perfect time, right when Michigan's been picking up the pressure a bit. Michigan trying to get something going on the counterattack. Unable to really keep that going, but now Zachary Reynolds playing it to the outside to Chalbod. Now looking for Kyle Newell. The ball did float for a little bit with the wind. Unable to clear it though. And it looked like it might have gone off Newell. And the San Diego bench once again very upset about that call, and a shot from the outside. Like the thinking from Suchetsky, but that one going a little high and wide. But either way, you got to pull the trigger. They're going to want to test Misha Marsan, bottom line.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you saw that he has the skills to get some blocks up and close. Now try him from outside and see how that works for you.
Another easy call for the official. Free kick for San Diego. They have a 1-0 lead, and they've got to be happy with the way this one has been going. And for one, the start of the match was just perfect for them. You can't ask for a better start when it comes to, you know, no matter what game you're playing.
Yeah, definitely. And we talked to head coach Alex Gontran about the necessity of this match, and he said we're gonna come out very strong aggressively in the first half, very strong offensively, because they didn't create many opportunities on their last match. So he was very upset about that. So now you see the team responding to this adversity.
Not only did they respond, but when you look back at the previous game against Detroit, the only goal for San Diego came from the penalty spot. So definitely a great change. You got to, of course, it's got to be a great feeling for the San Diego sideline that they saw their guys go up early.
Yeah, an early goal pretty much sets up the whole game. Now you're leading, they have the pressure to score, they're visiting, you're at home, and definitely you'll try to get more games into it.
And now off the flick header, it's Dakota Lopziger. Did he put that one a little bit too far? He actually did and was not able to keep that one in bounds. And when you look at what just unfolded here, Gustavo, you got to look at this one and say, hey, that right there is a missed opportunity. He had plenty of space to do something with that ball.
Yeah, and especially with the ball rolling like that. With DC, before the game, they water the grass, so it makes the ball a little slippery more. So you have to be careful with those long balls.
Got to get that touchdown, that is for sure. Now off the goal kick, Misha Marsan. Cesar Romero trying to go for that one. Zachary Reynolds got to it first. And we are seeing those defensive midfielders for Michigan being pretty busy today in Zachary Reynolds and Bernardo Mahano. Now throw-in headed out by Dakota Lopziger. And as for the attacking midfielders for Michigan, it seems as if they've not been as occupied today. And of course we know that Alex Satrustegi definitely has a lot of skill, knows how to find the back of the net. But I think we're going to need to see some more connecting passes between him and Bernardo Mahano if they want to have more opportunities. If they want to have more opportunities to score.
Yeah, definitely. You have to open up the field for both teams, as we saw both teams now trying to get into the final third. As we saw, 1904 very aggressive. Now Michigan Stars tries to get it back, and now 1904 again.
And there's the goal scorer who had it for a moment. That was Lorenzo Ramirez Jr. Now this pass, the midfield broken up nicely by Eder Areola. A lot of traffic, a lot of physical play. Can't be surprised by this. Now, can Stephen Yunchai get something going from the left wing? Unable to. And it was Dalen Cutler winning that battle. And this back line of San Diego 1904 definitely will be having their hands full. And this back line of Edwin Lara, Andrew Klashevsky, and Dalen Cutler definitely having their hands full with the attacking midfielders. Stephen Yunchai on the left wing, and of course Tom Suchetsky on the right wing, sometimes alternating with Kyle Newell, and they're the ones providing the support for Alex Zatrustegi playing up top. So a good lineup here from Michigan. Just got to wait and see how this one goes. Will San Diego find a way to widen this lead? And they're finding a lot of space right now in this open field. And getting that ball now to Areola, stopping, now taking it back. A shot, that one going just a bit wide. So close. That was a good attempt though. Excellent build-up play. That shot by Ernesto Espinoza goes a bit wide.
Yeah, Espinoza cutting inside, looking for his teammate number 12, but couldn't get it on time as he saw that he was offside. Decided to play more back, and they cut inside to get that shot off, but unfortunately it went wide right.
And right now, from your point of view, would you say that if you were to be on the sideline with Michigan, would you be telling them that to not push up so many players? Because it seems like after this, it seems like on this last counterattack, there was a lot of space for Eder Areola to have a lot of creativity. And so what's your take on that?
Definitely, as you know, you're down 1-0, so Michigan Stars FC, now they're pushing more forward the lines, and that's something dangerous you're trying to do, because you leave the backside very open, and it could be dangerous on the counterattacks.
But at the end of the day, though, they are down 1-0, so they don't want to treat this game as a, hey, let's just protect the lead and hope something goes right. Maybe we get a goal, maybe we get a goal off a set piece. They're going to have to take some risks. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty much, you're trying to stay toe-to-toe with 1904 FC, especially their intensity that they brought this first half. They have to be careful in the back line, as you saw those runs from the up forwards right here in this first half.
And that ball trying to switch the field went off the head of Dakota Lobsiger, but stays in play, goes to Cesar Romero. Romero switching the field with that cross, trying to bring it down for some control. Now it's Ramirez Jr. Can he get a shot off? He does. Did take a deflection. Great defensive play by one of the center backs. That's Devin Amu-Mensah. And afterwards he's asking, it looks like he was looking towards the official. Not sure what it was, what he was wanting, but either way, a great defensive play. And those are the plays these are the plays that you have to make, no matter what, whether it's tied, whether you're losing. Got to be aggressive, got to sacrifice your body. And that was Suchetsky trying to turn. Easy call for the official. Looks like it was Faisal Almubaslat was for that one. Excuse me, it was actually Ozzy Ramos. And Ozzy Ramos, a very experienced defensive midfielder. He's part of a contingent of some of the players on this team that played for ASC San Diego, a very well-known academy in this greater San Diego area. Now Joseph Aidu plays it back to Zachary Reynolds. Reynolds been playing as one of the defensive midfielders today, but right now stepping back a bit, looking a little bit more like a center back for a moment. But you gotta like this shifting around of formation from Michigan Stars FC, clearly following the orders of their head coach, Alexander Stremel. Now it's Almubaslat, plays it back to Edwin Lara. Now to the center back, Andrew Klashevsky. San Diego not in a hurry to be sending this one up the field. They're perfectly calm, keeping possession. They obviously would be thrilled to go into the halftime locker room with a 1-0 lead. Now that ball last going off of Eder Areola is a turnover. Play to the outside by Yunchai to Kyle Newell. And Cesar Romero with a little bit of contact from behind. I think maybe some of the Michigan players were expecting a free kick, but it does go out of bounds. A throw-in for Michigan deep in San Diego 1904 territory. Looks like Kyle Newell still on the ground. Get this one back in play in just a little bit. And we are a little over 40 minutes into this one. It's 1-0 San Diego leading Michigan Stars FC. I'm Art Takari along with Gustavo Ortega. Proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play on Maikujo via TVE Max. This is NISA soccer action at its finest. We're live from the Chula Vista Elite Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista, California. Now off the throw-in, Mahano with the cross. Can someone get their head on that one? The left back, Andres Chalbaud, was really darting in there. but was not able to get his head on it. Ball finds its way to Devin Amumensa. Now Joseph Aidu plays it back to his keeper, Tatenda Makarova, who comes from the country of Zimbabwe. And Zachary Reynolds playing that one forward to Dakota Lopsiger. He's got plenty of space. Can he cut it in with the left? He did try and send it into the penalty area. And a nice play to keep that one from going out of bounds for a corner kick. Gotta like the effort from these San Diego players. That was Edwin Lara, and a very experienced player on the squad who's played for Mexico and United States at the U17 level. So you know he's one of those players to watch out for, and he's tough to get by. Now Lobsiger, the right back, has a lot of teamwork going on with the captain, Kyle Newell. Ball finds its way back to Lobsiger once again. Not have much of an option. We are seeing this Michigan team being very patient. Now Zachary Reynolds, once again to Lobsiger. It's a crucial time for San Diego 1904. They have that 1-0 lead. The time is winding down in this first half. Now it's Faisal Almubaslat. Still has it. Gotta like the way he's keeping possession, but just surrounded by white shirts, and finally gets fouled and a free kick, and now a yellow card. What excellent play. You gotta love that control from Faisal Almubaslat. And we see, looks like Joseph Aidu going into the book. Now a free kick. Talk about the perfect opportunity for San Diego to double this lead.
Yeah, if you're Michigan Stars FC, you want to commit the foul earlier. You don't want to wait until he gets close to the 18-yard box, because that could be dangerous. If that was your intention, you should have done it earlier. But great hustle by Almubaslat right here in this play. The 1v against 4 is incredible. That technique and that position of the ball, able to take on so many players from Michigan Stars FC.
And that was just impressive. You know, you couldn't have asked for more. I mean, talk about a player who's just, you could just tell by the way he was playing, he was saying, I want this game. This ball belongs to me. We have to win this game. So 1 minute of stoppage time. Who is going to be taking this free kick? I'm saying my money is going to be on Cesar Romero. He did score from the penalty spot against Detroit a couple weeks ago. And here goes the free kick. It was not Cesar Romero. I was wrong. It was Ernesto Espinoza. So I was wrong on that one. But either way, I mean, someone was going to take that free kick no matter what.
Yeah, it was a great chance right there by Mo Espinoza, one of the returners for San Diego 1904 FC. But great chance, great opportunity, great way to see the goal. It just came a little bit too high. It didn't drop down on time.
Yeah, of course, that did look good at first. But right now, we are in stoppage time, and this is a really crucial time. And Gustavo, from your experience in this game, I mean, would you say that this is a moment where you say, hey, you're up 1-0, be careful on taking risks? I know you, of course, obviously got to play some defense and play smart. But for a moment, Cesar Romero and San Diego obviously were on the attack. But in general, what is the most important thing right now for San Diego in the final moments of this half? And just for a moment, it looked like Kyle Newell almost had it. And I think right now San Diego just pretty much needs to say, hey, let's just clear this ball and just take this 1-0 lead into half. And that's exactly the way it turned out.
Pretty smart play, because you don't want to concede a goal right before halftime. It changes your plan going into the second half. Now you have the 1-0 lead. 45 minutes left, and now we'll see how the coaches adjust in this second half.
And earlier you talked about how you spoke to Alex Contran prior to the game. San Diego 1904 has a 1-0 lead. Now when the second half comes, what do you think would be their strategy? I mean, was it to just keep playing the way you're playing, or do you think maybe play a little bit more defensive to try and protect that lead? Or would you say that's a better idea when it gets much later in the game?
It's just a little bit combination of both. You want to be aggressive, because if you slow down, the other team's going to come at you strong. So, yeah, you have to come out strong, but also be very safe on the defensive side.
We'll be back soon for the second half. Once again, I'm Ardef Takari along with Gustavo Ortega. NISA Soccer being brought to you on Maicujo via TVE Max. We'll see you back for the second half. San Diego 1904 FC with a 1-0 lead over Michigan Stars FC.
Welcome to another episode of Left Coast Sports with John Schaefer, and this week we're going to catch up with the manager of 1904 FC, Alex Gontran. 1904 FC is a professional soccer club in San Diego that's a member of the National Independent Soccer Association. On today's episode, we'll learn more about the league and the players that comprise 1904 FC's roster. If you're wondering about the team's name, it was suggested by a fan because the 19th letter of the alphabet is S, the 4th letter of the alphabet is D, hence 1904. But as always, before we get started with today's episode, please give us an auto download on your podcast platform. You'll get future episodes automatically. Left Coast Sports is on most podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts, the free iHeartRadio app, YouTube, and Spotify. And you can leave a review as well. While you're here and listening, you can follow me on Twitter at John Schaefer. That's JONSCHAEFFER. All right, let's get right to it. Here's my conversation with Alex Gontran as we learn more about his club and their expectations this spring.
Alex, is there a fine line between trying to develop players but also trying to win matches at the same time?
Yeah, I think we can do both. Depend, of course, of the quality of your players to develop, and after that also about the system that you want to play. I think because today it's more usual to play like most of the team, and if you choose to play with a different system, maybe you increase your chance to win. But it's of course we can do both in the same time.
For your club specifically, how important is the development of young players and just youth development in general?
I think that's the main goal of 1904 FC is to detect, to scout the young talented player, and after that to give them this experience that we got in Europe, to develop this player to play at the highest level. So maybe in US, maybe in Europe, but that's the main goal of this project, yes, for sure, of the 1904 FC.
As a manager, what's your ideal playing style for your club?
So it's more possession game. We like to get the ball and to control the ball. We try to find at least the maximum of opportunity in front of the goal in the last 30 meters. But one of our goals is to get about 25 opportunities per game. So it means that we have to play very high. So it means that we love the counter pressing, but we have to prepare that before. So let's say that it's more a possession game, yes, more than counter attack.
How does the level of soccer in your league compare to other levels of soccer across the United States?
Oh, that's a very good question. I would like to say it's really different because you have a lot of very good players, like athletics players, very good technically, but game understanding it's a little bit lower than in Europe, for example, or maybe in South America too. But you have a good professional player. I mean that they know they are really focused about working outside of the pitch too. So that's the culture of the US, and that's very interesting. But about level, I would like to say that the NISA could be about maybe between the 3rd and 4th division in France, for example, because I know France. Let's say maybe 3rd division in Germany, something like this, yes. But it's difficult to compare because it's not exactly the same culture. So it's more about tactical in Europe, and here is more about physical. So that's difficult to compare.
In terms of getting on the pitch this spring, what kind of expectations do you have for your club?
Like usual, we will try to win the championship. I think it will be difficult because of Detroit FC as probably the best team right now with a lot of experience. It's very clear that they are looking on the field. The coach is very good, and I think that's the team to beat. But after that, the competition in between the other teams is pretty open. So we will try to win this championship, maybe in the finals, maybe not for the championship, but maybe for the playoff. But that's the goal, yeah. That's our expectation, yeah.
For those that aren't familiar with your club in 1904 FC, who are some names to keep an eye on this season?
There's many players, but I would like to say the most talented player is probably Mo Espinosa, our number 10. He was injured for 2 weeks, and he should come back on the field this weekend. But he during the the Legend Cup, he scored once and he gave 2 assists. He's really good. He has a very good talent. Probably a lot different of usual American player. is more from Mexico, but he has this game understanding and this really technical part, very, very interesting. After that, we have young players that are growing and they are very good. So very young, like Diego Esquivel. He's only just turned 18, but he's improving a lot too. We have our captain, Uzi Ramos, very strong guy, very dedicated, very professional. He improves every day because he's a hard worker. So I would like to say the three players on the focus, yes, could be these three players, yeah.
What's the ideal type of player that you're looking for that fits into what you're trying to accomplish with your club?
That's very good. I would like to say really above the average technically. The player who has a lot of tools to execute a lot of things during the game, because what we try to develop is to make the right decision in the right time. But for that, you should be able to execute it. So I think the first thing that we are looking for is about technical side, and after that, also the mentality of working, because even if you have the talent, it's just the minimum. After that, you have to work. So also about not just on the pitch, but also off the pitch. If you eat well, if you are sleeping well, if you are working out of the field, that's very important to become a good professional. I mean, not to be very good in NISA, but if you want to grow and to go to the top teams, you need more than talent. You need more than that.
During your time as manager of this club, what type of growth have you seen from American soccer over the last few years?
For the last 5 years that I'm here now, it's growing very fast. For me, it's growing very fast, and especially with the kids, because I'm watching most of the weekend the academy in San Diego and in LA, and the tactical side is better and better. I mean, the basics of the principle of playing, the kids now they get it. So you can start to work on the second part of football development. Mm-hmm. And I think that's very interesting. But what I saw is that it's if you have to compare for example, in Europe, because I'm from Europe, until 14 years old, you really can compare US and Europe, and the gap is after 14 years old, where the game understanding now it's more important, and that's where the difference starts. But tactically, I think it changed a lot of tactically.
What's the business model for your team and your league, and what's kind of the hope in terms of where the team and the league can grow over the next handful of years?
So today in the US, I will talk about the business side, because it's a club. It's very good, but you have to survive. You have to pay the player. You have to pay the staff and everything. And the revenue from the club are already very small right now. It's only ticket sales, merchandising, and sponsoring. And it's too small, to be honest, to run a club. So you need to get this revenue from the TV, because in Europe it's 50% of the revenue is from the TV right. So we need to grow this TV revenue, but for that you have to provide the good games for the player, for the fans to appreciate and to come and to watch on TV. And then also for us, we are trying to develop players to sell players. So the transfer market, it's growing also in Europe a lot. So I think it's about 20% now of the revenue in the club. So that's something important. And because you have so many talents here, I think it's very interesting to develop them and maybe to be able to transfer the player in Europe after that, because it's a big part of the revenue. When you see that a budget in NISA, it's about 2.5 million a year, and that that if you find maybe one or two players very good and you can transfer them even for 1 or 2 million, it's the budget. So you have to balance that, and you have to really keep in mind that if you develop well, you can get some revenue from that too.
And does that make the San Diego market that much more appealing because it's such a good youth soccer market?
already back for the second half between San Diego 1904 and Michigan Stars FC. I'm Ardif Takari along with Gustavo Ortega. NISA soccer action for you on My Cujo. Nothing lead. Coming in the second minute of play from Lorenzo Ramirez Jr. And how will Michigan Stars FC respond? They've been down 1-0 virtually the entire game. You also need to wonder how will San Diego change anything up as well? There has been definitely one substitution so far to start the second half. That substitution for Michigan Stars FC. Carl Schneider coming on to replace Bernardo Mahano. The ball back in play. Now Lopsiger getting it to the outside, trying to get it towards Cal Newell. Instead, ball plays all the way back to the center backs. It's Devin Amumensa. Now how will that substitution change up the formation on the field for Michigan Stars? Gotta assume they're gonna try to bring on some more firepower. And that poor clearance going straight to Steven Yunsai. Still Yunsai busy in the midfield, losing that one, being dispossessed. That one taken away by Ozzy Ramos. Got it quickly to Eder Ariola. Not in a hurry to push it forward and take any chances. Plays it back to Edwin Lara. Now Ramos once again, gotta love that footwork that he has. Plays it back to Felipe Liborio. That was Ernesto Espinoza for a moment. Once again, Espinoza plays it back to Misha Marsan. Also seeing San Diego switching things up a bit. Espinoza once again plays it to Edwin Lara. Ball finds its way to Ramirez. Now that one given away. It's Kyle Newell. Actually got that one taken away by Andrew Klashevsky, but definitely some risky play, and got to keep an eye on that. Some giveaways like those will eventually really cost San Diego 1904. Now Liborio with a nice give and go with Cesar Romero. Ball finds its way back to Romero. Romero fakes it. Can he get the shot off? He still has it. He shoots. Did take a deflection, and it goes out of bounds for a corner kick. And San Diego now bringing on the pressure.
Definitely, you see San Diego now being a little bit more aggressive in this second half, just how they started the first half. And Michigan Stars FC taking advantage of those mistakes, but unluckily for them, nothing ends up in the goal.
Now a corner kick for San Diego 1904. Seems like they've not had very many today. And it will be Lorenzo take the corner kick. Dalen Cutler with the quick touch. Trying to send it in. That was Ernesto Espinoza. Ball finds its way to Klashevsky. Trying to play deep towards Ozzy Ramos. And Ramos does keep it in play. Ramos with the cross. And that one bouncing right in front of the penalty area. Not even just in front of the penalty area, right in front of the goal. It did go out of bounds, but you got to look at that for a moment and say, is that what you really want to see? That kind of hesitant play from your keeper.
Yeah, definitely a very tricky play by the defense, letting that pass go through, being more dangerous. But luckily for Michigan Stars FC, there was no forward right there or someone from San Diego 1904 FC to be able to finish that. Or that could have been the dagger, perhaps, in this game.
You definitely don't want to be taking lots of chances, but at the same time, lots of times that these players are calm. They know where the ball is going. They're pretty sure it's going to be going out of bounds. But definitely something to keep an eye on as we move forward. Now Michigan trying to get something going. Ball finds its way going all the way back to the keeper, Mikaruva. That one headed by Felipe Liborio. Dalen Cutler had it for a moment, losing that one to Kyle Newell. And Kyle Newell at times really knows how to sometimes be that pest. He scores goals. He's dangerous from spot kicks, but he also knows how to frustrate you as well and just kind of come up from nowhere and take that ball away.
Yeah, definitely. And you're trying to right here make the effort to get possession of the ball from both teams. Now we know that Michigan Stars FC will try to push forward as they do right here.
Now it's Satcher Stugi with the cross looking for Yunchai. Cleared out for a moment. Now it's Lobsiger. Still Lobsiger. Plays it back to Zachary Reynolds. That one going off the head of Schneider. And it does stay in play because of Yunchai. Now the ball played back. Was trying to get it to Shuchetsky. Reynolds instead gets it to the outside the Lobsiger with the cross, sending that one in towards Marsan. And he actually kind of just like parried that one in front of him. That one was dangerous for a moment. Afterwards he's saying, my bad. You know, it's once again a little bit of shaky play. But here come Michigan once again. And they will continue attacking. And it was Klashevsky who was unable to get control. But now a corner kick for Michigan. And Michigan is obviously showing that they're ready to find that equalizer. And the only question is, when will it come?
1904 being very shaky on those two last plays, honestly. It could have been miscues that could have left that goal, tying goal from Michigan Stars FC. But you have to be very careful on this type of plays or else you're going to allow one into the goal.
Now here comes the corner. It's away. I don't think Marsan's going to come out for this one. Ball does eventually find its way to Espinoza. Looks like he had a little bit of trouble with it, but it does ultimately end up getting it to Ozzy Ramos. Now back the other way. Can he possibly get that one to Liborio? A little bit of physical play. Can't be surprised. How we saw Andres Shalbod and Felipe Liborio collide a little. And you got to like that ball that was sent in from Faisal Almubaslat. Now Zachary Reynolds getting it to Cal Newell. Back to Dakota Lobsiger. Really likes playing it a little deep. That flick header from Newell was a decent one, but a little bit too far for Suchetsky. But you got to like the way Michigan has been playing. I mean, they're determined to get this goal. They're determined to get that equalizer, and they're just going to keep on putting on that pressure.
Yeah, definitely. They're the ones who need this really opportunity. You know, they come off of a draw against their rivals, so it'll be nice for Michigan Stars FC to pretty much get at least the tying goal, maybe get a point out of this visit from San Diego.
Now Cesar Romero plays to Espinoza. Still Espinoza. He looks like for a moment had Dalen Cutler on the overlap. Elects instead to play it back to Liborio. Now Klashevsky to Lara. Still Edwin Lara. He's got plenty of space. Plays it back to Liborio, and you gotta like the way Felipe Liborio is just moving around back and forth. You know, he's playing as a defensive midfielder, but he's definitely providing a lot of support as well to the center backs. And now trying to play it up, but instead the ball goes straight to Makaruva, coming out nicely with good awareness to make sure that he's taking away any of these long balls that San Diego is trying to pounce on.
He's over there. Mo Espinosa pretty upset that they didn't switch the ball to the right field. Was wide open. Could have been more of a possibility to open up the game for San Diego 1904 FC.
Ball's cleared by Makaruva. Headed away. Neither team really able to get the best possession at the moment, but it is Felipe Liborio. We hear his name a lot. Now it's Ernesto Espinoza with the shot, and that one coming dangerously close. Wow, talk about testing the keeper. You gotta like that shot from Espinoza.
And just like the first goal in the first half, 1904 FC testing out the keeper. Luckily for them, the first one went in, but the second one didn't drop on time. But that was very close, right near the crossbar. Could have been the 2-0 for the home team.
And when looking at that replay, you just got to also say, I mean, did the wind have something to do with that as well? I mean, that was dangerously close, and I think Tatenda Makaruva is going to be a little more careful from here on out. Now, Cesar Romero trying to play that one up. He does, and it is a shot from Ozzy Ramos, but that one going a little bit wide. But once again, we're seeing San Diego changing things up now a bit too. I mean, what's going on? What are you seeing that's kind of changing things up a bit?
Well, San Diego started to be more aggressive. They know that Michigan Stars FC are needed for the goal, so they're pushing up the lines little by little, and they know they have to counterattack with those quick plays, especially those outside shots. As you saw in the last two opportunities for the home team. And now San Diego FC knows that Michigan Stars FC needs the tie and goal in order to feel more comfortable in the field.
Now it's Yoon Chai with some good build-up play. And Suchetsky trying to send that one towards Cal Newell. Did take a deflection, goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for San Diego. By the body language on the field from Michigan Stars FC, you could see some of their players not too happy with where that ball was supposed to be. And you got to like when you see that, because they're obviously, these are competitors here who obviously want to win. And they're going to keep on doing what they got to do. Dakota Lobsiger now, the right back taking the pass from Joseph Aidu. And Aidu is actually a native of Liberia and also previously played for Philadelphia Lone Star and also had a stint playing in Kosovo. Pretty impressive on his football CV. Now Cesar Romero, looks like plays getting a little bit chippy out there. Now a giveaway. Now it's Yunchai. Can he get something going out of this? What can Michigan do? And there is a whistle. Will be a foul. And that will be a free kick, fortunately, for San Diego 1904.
That was questionable, in my opinion, Art, because it's a 50-50 ball, but the referee saw probably the player from Michigan Stars FC came a little too late. Cesar Gusti, who pretty much couldn't get there on time. That's what the referee called the foul on him.
Yeah, and that was, you're right. I mean, Alexander Zatrusegi, you could understand from the point of view of the Michigan players why they weren't too happy with that call. Like you said, a 50-50 ball could have gone either way, to be honest, or could just said, let them play on. And now the other way, Cesar Romero, is he going to pull the trigger from outside? He did. Kind of didn't really get the kick that he wanted on that one, going well wide. But now we are going to have a substitution, getting close to the hour mark. And Edwin Lara is going to be coming off, and he'll be replaced by Jomar Munaf. So bringing on a midfielder for one of the left backs, or perhaps one of the center backs. Obviously, we're going to see a shifting of personnel here. So Edwin Lara done for the day, but he's done well today. You got to like what he brings to the San Diego team.
Definitely, you bring the potential of defending, going up and down. Now you got to give the rest to the player, which is important. But yeah, it's outstanding job so far in the back line for Lara.
And now with Munaf coming on, can't be surprised to see Eder Areola shift backwards to be playing as a left back. He's played overseas before in Armenia for Chirac. He also had a stint with Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2, and he's primarily used as a wing back. He could be a wing back or he could play on the left wing. So definitely one of those utility players, and not a surprise to see the move made by Alex Contran. And now back the other way. A little bit of traffic in that middle third. Kyle Newell playing a good ball to Stephen Yunchai. You're probably wondering for a moment if he was going to cut that one back. But Klashevsky not taking any chances, sending that one well out of bounds. Throw in for Michigan deep in San Diego territory. Now it's Shalbod. Andres Shalbod, the left back. And with the time keeps on ticking. The score remains the same. But will Michigan find that equalizer? Great fake from Shalbod across the header. What a nice save from Marsan on the header from Zatrustegi. So close to being 1-1. Beautiful save from Marsan. Now will we see San Diego back the other way on a counterattack, get something going, but Lobsiger breaks it up. But what a save that was from Marsan. Just excellent reflex save. What more can be said about it?
Yeah, so far the goalkeeper, incredible job keeping the 0 against Michigan Stars FC, being the key player so far, in my opinion, the player of the game. Couple opportunities that he has saved. You saw a couple, probably 2 in the first half, coming up big, and now on this one against the great cross from Andres Shalbald, who cuts inside and puts it perfectly into Satrustegi. And what else could you ask for? I mean, you're pretty much alone in the 6-yard box and couldn't finish that one out. Bad luck for Michigan Stars FC.
And earlier I mentioned it. I mentioned some shaky play at times from Misha Marsan, but there was nothing shaky about that. A perfect reflex save with his left hand.
Yeah, that could have been the
Perfect.
the 1-1 and open up more of the game, especially for San Diego, who are trying to get their second win of the season so far, trying to bounce back from that 2-1 loss, 3-1 loss.
And a shot from just a little bit outside the penalty area. That was Steven Yunchai. And a good attempt as well. I mean, did it go a little bit over the ball, did go a little bit over the bar, but they have no problems taking any risk and testing Marsan from outside.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something that San Diego 1904 FC was doing earlier in the second half. Art, the long shots from outside of the 18-yard box, and now you see Michigan Stars FC needing those outside shots. You saw that you can't really go against Marzan inside of the 18, so why not try it from outside?
And not so much going on there. Ball did find its way back to Marsan, but now we're seeing another giveaway and should be another foul. And yes, it is. Free kick for Michigan. This time it was Munaf who was whistled for the foul. And can't be surprised that you're seeing Kyle Newell on the tail end of some of these fouls. He is one of their best players. He's wearing the captain's armband. You know, he knows how to be in the right places at the right time. He's a very patient player. And now a free kick. And it will be Kyle Newell taking this free kick as well. Can he whip this one into the right place, into that San Diego penalty area? Looks like it did get headed out for a moment. Not out to safety just yet. Ozzy Ramos sending that one high into the air. Everyone pushing up off the head of Reynolds. And now back the other way. Here comes Munaf. Now Ernesto Espinoza. We're a little bit over 62 minutes into this one. It's NISA soccer at its finest. San Diego 1904 leading 1-0 over Michigan Stars FC. I'm Ardith Takari, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play along with Gustavo Ortega on Maicujo via TVE Max. And the ball back into play. It's Dakota Lopsiger playing it back to Makaruva. Makaruva's had a solid game so far, aside from the goal that was let in only 2 minutes in. And looking back at it, it's a goal we cannot be too proud of, letting in, obviously. But since then, it's been having a stellar performance. Now Amu Mensah playing it to Yunchai. Still Yunchai. Doing a good job keeping possession, having a little bit of trouble with Ernesto Espinoza. That one was cleared out momentarily, taken away by Dalen Culler. Ball finds its way to Reynolds. Now Amu Mensah once again to Yunchai. Michigan Stars FC really wanting to use that left side of the field, and Yunchai still has it. And there was a little bit of contact. He did tumble. Referee said play on, and actually think that was a good no call. And now Suchetsky trying to pull the trigger from outside. And will this be that dangerous counterattack opportunity for San Diego? Espinoza does keep it in play. A very good job of doing that. He sends it across into the inside of the penalty area. A shot from Faisal Almubaslat. That one going just a bit wide. But San Diego really had a good shot at doubling the lead.
Yeah, that was a very close penalty call on the final third of Michigan Stars FC, Art, and which led to the counterattack from San Diego 1904 FC. As you saw, Espinoza hustling for that ball at the end of the line, getting to it, but he pretty much hesitated on to see if he could cross or not because he didn't have any teammates.
And now turning around, Satrasegi getting it to Newell, back to Yunchai. It seems like it's really has become a back and forth affair. And now, of course, on that shot, Zachary Reynolds not too happy with himself after that one. Well wide. And we are, of course, time is continuing to tick away, but this clock is eventually becoming more and more of an enemy for Michigan Stars FC.
Yeah, definitely. Now their back is against the wall. Ever since that early goal, as you see one of the players from 1904 FC on the floor, a little breather for the home team, as we both see both teams going at it back and forth, having opportunities but not able to finish them. And in my opinion, Michigan Stars FC, the needed team, is pretty much getting those opportunities, but haven't finished them out like San Diego did in that first half.
And from here, can't be 100% sure. You talk about a San Diego player that's on the ground. From here, I like to say it might be Eder Areola. And earlier, we just saw a substitution made where Edwin Lara came out, and he was replaced by Jomar Munaf. And of course, I was saying earlier that Eder Areola slid back to play as left back. And if you were to have to come off, this would definitely not be good for the San Diego 1904 bench.
Yeah, definitely. You're pretty much losing a key player out of your team, and you don't want to see a player go out with an injury, because it's never good, especially for that team. But so far, doing a great job. As we see him getting up, walking fine. We'll see if the coach from 1904 FC will do a substitution.
And from the looks of it over here, I like to say that Eder Areola is going to be just stepping off the field for a moment. He'll likely be staying in this match. Doesn't look like a substitution will be made. But with the injury, of course, all these players taking that opportunity to get that quick water break. I don't know. We definitely don't want to call it a cooling break, but we'll call it something in that regard. The weather has not been too much of a factor today. It's pretty nice out here, actually.
Yeah, definitely very cool, very nice weather for a great soccer match on this Saturday evening. I mean, you can't really ask for more. The weather's perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right on the money.
Now we're a little over 66 minutes into this match. San Diego 1904 FC with a 1-0 lead over Michigan Stars FC. Marsan with the goal kick. That one going straight to the head of Zachary Reynolds. And ball going all the way back to Marsan. Michigan Stars FC determined to try and get that equalizer. And this has got to be one of those frustrating games. They've been playing from behind basically the entire match.
Great idea by 1904 FC from Romero, but couldn't get the last touch towards his teammate.
And of course, the only goal so far of the game coming from Lorenzo Ramirez Jr. in the second minute of play. Like I said, first shot of the game and a goal. Couldn't have asked for a better start. Now back the other way. It's Ernesto Espinoza wearing the number 10 shirt, always dangerous, trying to get that one to Munaf, who was cutting in, but that one was interrupted. But now Munaf gets it back himself, tries to center that one, but broken up by Devin Amumensa. Now Satrustegi getting it to Yunchai, switches the field to the other side. Gotta like this build-up play. Will this be the chance? It looks like it's Schneider cutting it back. Satrustegi was not able to get the control that he wanted, but that one sent out by Dalen Culler, but going straight to the head of Aidu. Now Munaf trying to win that battle, but unable to against Zachary Reynolds. Ball finds its way to Amu Mensah. He's looking for an option. Instead playing it safe. Now we're seeing it's Carl Schneider playing as the left back. The ball finds its way once again to Satrustegi. Had a little bit of trouble with his footing, tripping on the ball. Now Newell winning that battle, taking a shot from outside. That one going straight to Misha Marsan was not something to be really afraid of, to be honest, but still a long-range shot, and looks like we will be seeing another substitution coming up for San Diego 1904. Looks like James William Hone Blanchett will be coming on, the defender from Canada, who has also played for a club that's not too far from here, in Temecula FC. And here comes that substitution. And yes, he will be replacing Eder Areola. So I guess now we could say not a surprising switch, especially when we saw Eder Areola down, shaken up a bit with an injury earlier. So here is another one of those substitutions. But for this one, you got to say strictly an injury substitution.
Yeah, position player for position player. I think head coach Alex Montron doesn't want to risk or switch the systems, as you see Areola limping off the field. But it was necessary. You saw he pretty much, I don't know what might have happened with him. Probably something pulled out of his body. But it's difficult to say until we get the medical report. But yeah, definitely substitution that is needed for 1904 FC.
And Eder Areola played solid, played hard tonight. He's a competitor. Can't be happy about coming off, but in this situation with an injury, easy decision for the San Diego bench. And let's see what James William Hone Blanchett could do. Coming in at the left back position. Ball's back in the play. Throw in from Cutler. Trying to send that one towards Munaf, but going straight to Makaruva. Now Makaruva looking for an option. Easy call for the official. Foul committed will be a free kick for San Diego, 1904. And looks like head coach of Michigan, Alexander Stramel, not too happy on the sideline. His team is still down 1-0. Time continues to tick away. And looks like he's getting ready to make a change himself as this chess match continues. Now Ozzy Ramos with a good ball getting that one towards Cesar Romero. He is able to keep it in play. Can he get past Joseph Aidu? It won't be easy, but he does send that ball into the penalty area, headed away by Amu Mensah. Now Cutler trying to get it towards Ernesto Espinoza, but Munaf coming in to help out. That ball sent in once again and attempting, I want to say, a scissor kick or a bicycle kick, a dangerous play, an easy call for the official to put Faisal Al-Mubasla into the book, and that definitely was a dangerous play, and we're hoping no one out there is seriously hurt, because that did look pretty ugly from here, not going to lie.
Yeah, bicycle kicks inside of the 18-yard box are never easy because they could end up either with a great golazo or someone getting hurt. So, yeah, it's a 50-50 chance for both teams as we see in the substitution now happening. But, yeah, dangerous play, but it was a resource as a soccer player to go into that scissor kick, but couldn't connect.
Now substitution made for Michigan Stars. And coming on is Yuki Shibata, and he just replaces Alex Satrustegi. So let's see what Shibata can do. Is he one of these super subs being brought on by head coach Stramel? And now this ball the other way. That is onside. Actually, no, I did say that for a moment, but the flag did come up at the last moment. And Romero did put that shot a bit wide. But fortunately for Michigan, the flag did come up.
Very close call right there, Art. But great job by the linesman picking up the offsides. Could have been a dangerous play for the home team and adding to the lead.
And that ball back in play. There's Joseph Aidu. He was just on the tail end of that scissor kick or bicycle kick attempt from Almu Baslat. Glad he's okay. Ball finds its way going all the way back to keeper Misha Marsan. And Marsan not in a hurry to get this one back into play, but he's also got to be careful that he does not hold on to it too long. Either way, Dalen Cutler getting it to Ramos. Now Espinoza. Good cutback. Still has it. Fouled from behind by Carl Schneider. Will be a free kick for San Diego. And Cesar Romero asking for a yellow card. And I guess you can't be surprised that he's asking for that, because that was a foul you could say is yellow card worthy, to be honest.
Yeah, those are the tedious fouls near the midfield. And we saw a lot of those are in the first half as both teams went back and forth. But the referee said no yellow card at all. And it'll be a good opportunity for San Diego to calm things down and take time off the clock.
We are approaching the 75th minute of the match. Still 1-0. San Diego 1904 FC on the goal scored by Lorenzo Ramirez Jr. in the 2nd minute of play. Ernesto Espinoza to take the free kick. That one going straight towards Makaruva. And just with the ball sailing a little, and that one attempt earlier, you kind of have to look at that and you're holding your breath a little. I mean, not trying to make the Michigan Stars supporters uncomfortable, but hey, I'm just speaking things how I see them. And that 50-50 ball, Liborio winning that one against Carl Schneider. Now Newell losing that one to Espinoza, trying to get it to Lorenzo Ramirez Jr., but just a little too far for him. Amu Mensah plays it back to Makaruva. Now Zachary Reynolds to Newell. Now off the chest of Shuchetsky to Shibata, who just came on. Now Yuki Shibata playing it. Looks like he was trying to get it towards Shalbod. And he's actually whistled for the foul. And it will be a free kick. It will be a free kick for San Diego. Yes, that was Andres Shalbod whistle for the foul.
Tricky play. Could have gone either way. But as we approach the ending of this game, I feel like there's going to be another goal. From the intensity of those two teams, either it's going to be the 2-0 or the 1-1. And last match, they faced each other was the Legends Cup. Michigan Stars tied against San Diego 1904 FC 1-1, and we had a last-minute goal.
Yeah, and it was Espinoza who scored late in the game from the penalty spot. So you just have to. It seems like these two teams just have that in them. They have that knack for saying, "Hey, let's keep this game exciting," and someone's going to make it interesting at the very end. Whether it's someone scoring that clinching goal or someone scoring that goal to share the spoils. But now there will be a free kick for San Diego. Doesn't seem to be from a very dangerous position, and it seems like there's not been that. When it comes to free kicks, there have not been that many opportunities from some dead ball situations today for either team. Now, Ozzy Ramos. You got to assume he has something planned here. Here comes a free kick from Ramos. Will that be trouble? Might have been. It did get to Liborio and sent back in for a shot right at the top of the penalty area. That did look like it could have been scary for a moment. Ramos once again. Now to Ramirez. Ramirez with a shot. That one blocked nicely by Aidu. Trying to keep that attack alive, and that one broken up. But now given away once again. Both teams having a little bit of trouble keeping possession. A long shot from outside. And Mukaruva did not have any trouble with it. Did go over the bar. Goal kick for Michigan Stars FC.
Once again, San Diego 1904 FC aggressive on the end, on their final third. Just like head coach Alish pretty much predicted, who was looking for this from out of his side. And so far, the home team's been doing that throughout the game, as we have Michigan Stars right here.
And that's Kyle Newell. Not sure what he was trying to do there. Not sure if there was a little bit of miscommunication between him and Yuki Shibata, but does go out of bounds. Newell was not too happy with what took place. They can't be surprised that the frustration is growing from these Michigan Stars FC players. Like I've said before, throughout this game, they've been playing behind the entire time. Now at that throw-in giveaway, the ball momentarily went to George Yunchai. But thankfully for San Diego, they're able to take possession back, and Liborio sending that one looking for Romero. And now Mukaruva having to deal with the pressure from Cesar Romero. And that was close for a moment. Now Amu Mensah plays it back to Joseph Aidu. And now this one nearly taken away. And that was Thomas Szuczetski for a moment who had a little bit of trouble with it. But that one going straight to Mukaruva. And you got to like the play from the keeper from Zimbabwe. Being very aggressive. Not being afraid to come out, knowing where to be at the right place at the right time. But is this going to be an opportunity for San Diego? But that opportunity basically taken away. Great play from Carl Schneider. Now it's Lobsiger looking for Yunchai. Yunchai switching field a bit. Can he turn the corner? It looks like he did get past Klashevsky. Trying to cross it, but that one going straight to Ramos. And that one cleared out. A close call from San Diego. And Yunchai on more than one occasion today, he's been dangerous, more so from the left side, but this time seeing him on the right side on that attack. Now Lobsiger. Still Lobsiger, looks like he was looking for me for Shalbod. That one cleared away. And is that one going to be onside? No, the flag does come up. The San Diego bench was not too happy there, but that would have been, had that flag stayed down, that would have been the opportunity to put the game away for Ernesto Espinoza. Now Zachary Reynolds. Out there pretty quick. The ball quickly back into play. Can't be surprised with time ticking away. And now a throw-in for San Diego. And, what's got to be the mindset of what do you think is going on the sideline of San Diego with the way this game is going so far? With the way time is ticking away.
I think that, they know they have the advantage. So now they're trying to play the ball, switching the field.
And switching the field and playing up front. They do it. Now a shot. Looks like that was Cesar Romero. Didn't appear to be much trouble for Mukaruva. it actually went right to him. Now back the other way comes Michigan. Now the way this game has been going, I want to say about the last 15, 20 minutes, it's just been nonstop back and forth. These players have got to be exhausted by now. Now it's Yuki Shibata. Is he going to be able to pull the trigger from outside? He doesn't pull the trigger. He sends it towards Kyle Newell. And a nice job using his head to keep the ball in play. Plays it back to Lopsiger. Lopsiger trying to cut it in. He did fake it at one moment. Now it's Newell once again. Gotta like that play from James William Home Blanchett, but actually the referee, the official on the far side, and the linesman on the far side, waving the flag, shaking the flag for a foul, and it will be a free kick for Michigan. And the San Diego bench not happy with that call.
Yeah, because they know, like you mentioned, Art, they did have trouble with the set pieces in the last match. So it could be a dangerous play for Michigan Stars FC, especially in this last minute where everything has to come out.
And now a free kick for Michigan Stars FC. Every opportunity from here on out so crucial, especially these dead ball situations. And Kyle Newell will be taking the free kick. And here it comes. Marsan gets a hand on it, and in front, an opportunity to tie the game, but sending it way over the bar. Looks like that was Yunchai, and the score remains 1-0, San Diego 1904.
Yeah, Yunchai right there with the shot, just a field goal, really. He kind of hesitated in order to take that shot out, but unfortunately couldn't get there on time or follow through with that ball.
So close to finding that equalizer. Obviously, they would love to have that opportunity back. Now, San Diego trying to get something going. It looks like it was Faisal Almubaslat. And at the end of that, he's whistled for the foul. Not happy with the call. And just want to share an update for some news around the league. Final score tonight. We are in the NISA Spring 2021 season as Chattanooga FC and Maryland Bobcats finished to a scoreless draw, 0-0. Glad we're able to keep you updated with action around the league. Now behind the play, a foul committed. Will be a free kick for Michigan Stars. Time is taken away. Will we see some more substitutions? Or are both benches content with the personnel they have on the field? We are in the 82nd minute of the match. Still 1-0 San Diego. The free kick from Makaruva. Amu Mensah tried to get his head on that one. Newell attempting the shot. Deflected. Newell trying to get it back towards Amu Mensah. That one going off the head of Schneider. Now that one sent up the field towards Ernesto Espinoza. Can he keep it in play? Can he win this 1v1 battle against Carl Schneider? It looks like he does. He's breaking his ankles. Once again, still has it. Might have taken too many touches, but those were some really nice moves. Now back the other way. Can Yuki Shibata keep this one in play? Unable. The ball does stay in play, but he actually did not win that battle against Dalen Cutler. Now James William Home Blanchett plays it back to Misha Marsan. Marsan looking for Liborio. That one going a little too high. Goes out of bounds. Throw in for Michigan. Schneider not wasting any time, getting it back to his keeper, Makaruva. And Makaruva, with all that space and time he has, clearly you're seeing this message being sent by that San Diego 1904 team that they want this win like no other. They're ready to defend like there's no tomorrow. Ball finds its way to Shibata. Is he going to use Newell on the overlap? Shibata had it for a moment, not really sure what he was doing with it. That one cleared out of bounds. And, you got to see that there was opportunity there, but there's got to be some better decision-making with the ball.
Definitely. Now Michigan Stars, pretty much, they have the opportunities, but the last touch hasn't been on their side tonight. Couple opportunities, but a lot of misses.
And that's Kyle Newell at the forefront of that action once again. Dalen Cutler whistle for the foul. He's not happy, but you can't be surprised that the referee blew the whistle. And we have another free kick situation for Michigan Stars. Can Kyle Newell get this in the right place? I mean, that's one question, but that's one situation. But the other one is, will someone on this Michigan team be able to get their head on the ball and head this one home? Here comes the free kick. There is some kind of physical play. That one going towards Marsan. Right to him, no problem. So I'm sure Kyle Newell not too thrilled with the placement of that ball. That one a little too high, sailed a little too high, and actually just dipped down straight to Marsan. Now back the other way. Here comes San Diego. It's Cesar Romero. How he would love to get his name on the score sheet once again, and that's a good ball he plays to Ozzy Ramos. Still Ramos. Now Ramirez Jr. Will he pull the trigger from outside? He does! And that one parried away for a moment, and now one more time, another shot going straight to Makaruva. And San Diego trying to get that second clinching goal, because at this point in the game, if San Diego does score, let's face it, it'd be game, set, and match if they were to get another goal.
Another close opportunity from San Diego 1904 FC. Important play, couldn't get it on time, as we see the foul right there. But yeah, definitely, Art, it could have been the 2-0, the dagger, to put this game away and get the 3 points once again.
Now a free kick, it was Yuki Shibata who was whistled for the foul. Dalen Cutler to take the free kick. Plays it to Felipe Liborio. Back to Cutler. Cutler able to get past Newell, but that one actually given away. And it's Amu Mensah. He's been playing as a center back, but with Michigan pushing players up, he's basically turned into like a central midfielder. Now to the outside. Can the ball get to Amu Mensah? Headed away for a moment. Not exactly out to safety. And Newell fouled pretty hard. An easy call and a free kick in a dangerous position for Michigan. Is this that opportunity? Will this be the best opportunity in these remaining minutes for Michigan to get that equalizer?
As we mentioned, Art, last game he finished with the last minute goal. We'll see this tonight. Who knows? But it's a 50-50 ball. You're going to go strong. But you have to be careful as Liborio on the foul, because now you're giving the opportunity to Michigan Stars FC to get one back, and that could be dangerous.
We're in about the 88th minute of the match. It's still 1-0 San Diego 1904. But this is a good opportunity for Michigan Stars to tie the game up. Who's it going to be? It's got to be Kyle Newell. And here it comes. Will it be a shot on goal? It was, but just went a little bit high over the bar. Another opportunity. And another situation where you say it's still 1-0 San Diego.
I think that was a tough decision to do. I think I would have looked for someone on the far post, get the cross again, but he opted out for the long shot. Couldn't really surprise Marzan because he was well positioned, and unfortunately Michigan Stars FC, another wasted opportunity.
Now Lobsiger plays it back to Aidu. Now to Makaruva. Once again back to Aidu. This is getting a little dangerous, and yes, that's a giveaway now. And it was Romero who had it for a moment, and a shot sent in. Makaruva was out, away off his line, and a nice save coming to the rescue was Carl Schneider. Now maybe a chance, a shot from outside this time from Ernesto Espinoza, going just a bit wide. But you got to like this aggressive play at times from Makaruva. He's taking some chances, but he felt that's a situation he had to be in. He put himself in no man's land, but he had no choice but to do that at that moment.
Definitely, you had the 2-0 for San Diego 1904 FC, but the great clearance and save by Schneider on the last line keeps Michigan Stars FC's hopes alive. Crazy opportunity for the home team who can't finish, Art. They just need that 2-0 to put this game away, but unfortunately they can't put it away.
And now we're seeing some bodies hit the ground. So I don't know if I want to use the phrase dropping like flies, but let's face it, these players are exhausted. Now we are seeing another substitution. Looks like it's going to be a change for San Diego 1904. But yeah, just want to say these players are tired. They're exhausted. From the standpoint of San Diego, if they're able to hold out for this victory, it's going to be a perfect Memorial Day weekend for them. And I don't think there's anything else you could add to that, really.
Right, and definitely. And we talked to head coach Alex Gontran, and they had a week off pretty much. They barely started to train again this week after the loss against Detroit City FC. They didn't train those 2 weeks until this week that came by. So the players are tired. The legs are giving up on them because of the week off. But it's a tough situation. You have a couple minutes left to go. You got to give it all.
Well, we are approaching stoppage time, and you have to assume there's going to be a decent amount of stoppage time now with some of these injuries and now some substitutions about to be made. And it appears as if San Diego is ready to make 2 changes to bring on 2 more sets of fresh legs. Jonathan Stoop and Diego Esquivel set to come on. Who will they be replacing? Obviously, one of those players walking off is Cesar Romero. And I want to say the other player coming off is probably, I want to say Ernesto Espinoza, but I can't be too sure at this moment. Or if anything, it might end up being Faisal Almubaslat. He did go off the field, off the other side of the field, injured. Or either way, if Faisal Almubaslat is injured, there's going to have to be that substitution being made pretty quickly. Now, ball's back in the play. Going towards the head of Amumensa. Looks like he was whistled for the foul for some contact. That ball did go straight to Misha Marsan.
5 minutes, Alex. Art.
Well, 5 minutes will be definitely a lot of stoppage time that San Diego won't be thrilled about. And yes, there are 5 minutes of stoppage time being held up by the 4th official. Looks like we have a fantastic ending in store. You know, who will come away happy? Is it going to be San Diego? Or are we going to see Michigan find a way to share the spoils? Off the head of Dalen Culler. Ball finds its way momentarily to Liborio. Now Ramos to Munaf. Now Espinoza. Still Espinoza looking for an option. He's definitely very calm with the ball. He still has it. Is he just trying to play the wasting time game? He still has it once again. And a nice slide tackle from Carl Schneider. The referee blows a whistle. And it will be a free kick for Michigan Stars. And yes, we did see one of those other substitutions. Yes, Jonathan Stoop did come on as well. Now Dakota Lobsiger. Plays it to Thomas Suchetsky. Still Suchetsky. Lobsiger once again. And that one taking a couple of bounces. Will this be trouble? Marsan did not get to it. Ball finds its way to Shibata. Now Kyle Newell with the cross. Sent out momentarily. Things getting really scary at times for San Diego 1904 with all those bounces. Now a free kick because of a foul. Will be a free kick for San Diego 1904.
Shibata. That could have been a handball. Art. That was tough to see, but that's why the whole bench from 1904 FC yelled, because that could have been a handball as he tried to push the ball forward, but the referee didn't catch that one. As now 1904 FC finally have the 11 players on the field.
And that's Diego Esquivel, who's just come on as well. Now Misha Marsan with the free kick, happily sending that one deep into Michigan territory. Now Yuki Shibata trying to get it towards Steven Yunsai. And the referee quickly to blow the whistle for the push committed from behind by Jonathan Stoop. And you just cannot be surprised by that, by this San Diego 1904 bench being on edge. I mean, they want this victory so badly. And you know, they scored such an early goal. You'd be others watching this game would be thinking, hey, we're going to see Michigan score. But it's still 1-0, and now it looks like we just saw Ernesto Espinoza go into the book. I believe he was arguing probably because of dissent. Now the free kick. A flick header from Amumensa. Ball does find its way to Lobsiger. Takes a deflection. Back to Amumensa. And now that one, for a moment, actually went off the head of Andres Shalbud. And it did take a deflection, yes, and it will be a corner kick for Michigan Stars.
Could be the last opportunity for Michigan Stars FC to get the last tying goal in the last minute. We'll see what happens. As you see the goalkeeper inside the 18 as
yes,
well.
everyone is pushed up. That corner kick from inside, a header going just a bit wide. And like you said, and like you just said, with Tatenda Makruva pushing up, and now the header from Aidu just going a bit wide. Like you said, was that possibly the last chance of the game for Michigan Stars FC to find the equalizer?
So close, and it almost came out of a set piece. Or just like they conceded last game, San Diego 19 FC. But luckily for them, this one didn't end up in the back of the net.
Now off that free kick, Marsan sending that one. And looks like Espinoza did not want to push up.
He knew he was outside. That's why he didn't hustle for that ball.
And at the same time, I guess he's not going to be not wanting to hustle too much of that ball, and that's it. That is the final whistle. San Diego 1904 FC scoring a huge 1-0 victory. Talk about grinding out a win. I don't know if we could find any other better description for this victory.
That's right. I mean, 1904 FC, in my opinion, the better team. They came out to win it in the first minutes. They got their early goal. Ever since they didn't let up to nothing, and I think it was important for them to win after that 3-1 defeat against Detroit City FC, as we see a little bit of scuffle right there with Michigan star players, and not so happy with this result. But San Diego 1904 FC did the right thing, came out strong, aggressive like they mentioned, and got the 3 wins, the 3-point win.
Those 3 points, very important, and for San Diego 1904 FC, just a huge victory. The only goal of the game coming from Lorenzo Ramirez Jr. once again in about the 2nd minute of play, the first shot of the game. And once again, that's the final score we have here. NISA soccer action. San Diego 1904 FC 1, Michigan Stars FC 0. I'm Arthur Takari, along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to have been able to bring you tonight's play-by-play on Maicujo via TV Max. Thank you for joining us from the Chula Vista Elite Olympic Training Center. We'll see you next time.